Yes, yes, yes. Testing, testing. One, two, three, two, testing. One, two, three. Your bumper, Ras, clot, bomba, clot, man. It's your boy. Boy, Heaven Hollywood. Testing, testing. What's up, smiling? Heaven Hollywood. This is the Heaven Hollywood experience. Day today, it was a long 2 weeks. What's up, Shalonda? What's up, Smiling? And at the end of the day, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me good out there. Put a me. At the end of the day, what's up, sexy? What's up, Coco? There are no winners here. All right, I'm just gonna go on record as saying that. At the end of the day, there are no winners. Y'all put a one if y'all can hear me. One thing that y'all gonna have to heavy hitters here on YouTube. One thing y'all gonna have to get better at is responding. So I put my microphone on no delay, so I know I'm not delaying. But it's just that I be tasking y'all to do something so I can know that I'm sounding okay, and y'all don't be doing it. What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all want me to sound okay out there to y'all? Y'all want to hear everything? You want to get all this information? I want to know that y'all can hear me. All right. Since y'all can hear me, guess we got to get into it. Hold on. Let's get into it. Born to Shine Media Entertainment presents the Heaven Hollywood Experience. I am your boy, Heaven Hollywood. Shout out to the director, Wes Clark. Shout out to all the heavy hitters. Um, where do we begin? Well, we know where we begin. Just in case you just got home or hear the news. And here is the news. Tory Lanez, aka David was found guilty today on all three counts that he had. Those three counts was, with an aggravated assault with a firearm, negligence, shooting negligence, of a firearm, releasing the firearm with negligence, and carrying a concealed weapon unregistered. So all three charges that he was on the hook for, he went down for. Now I'm gonna let y'all get your chance to sign off. The sound off on what you want to sound on. Thank you, Steve. And I'm gonna give everybody a chance to come up and speak their piece, what have you. But before I do that, there's only one rule that you guys have to follow. One thing you gotta key important. There's a key important something to this whole case that you guys would need to know before coming up here and sounding off. and that is I was not on the jury. All right, just to let y'all know, just so we can get that clear. Because a lot of people today, since the birth, they've been yelling at me. I am not on the jury, so let's just make that clear, as Jay Z would say. Whew, child. So free Tory Lanez is trending now. Um, the verdict came down roughly about 6:30 straight five Eastern Standard Time, somewhere around there. I'm trying to look and see when I actually tweeted that he was guilty as charged, all three counts, and I have to definitely say I was a little bit shocked. As the trial went on, I started to not feel so much like um, Tory Lanez was going to beat this case. I felt this way from the beginning. Right, all the way to the end. Um, so let's see here. Hold on. Let's go and find. First of all, first of all, just from hearing some of the number ones for everyone that was surprised at this verdict. Let me see. You put one for everyone that was surprised at the verdict. Put one for all of you who think that. All of you who weren't surprised. Put two. Hold on. Oh, hello. Me? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Put a one if you can hear me, like going through this nonsense. Hello? Okay. I don't get it. Keeps going in and out. Oh my god. I just did a test like before I came on here because I realized now I got to do tests with you guys. And hello, can you hear me? It looks as though my microphone looks as though it's working, but you guys are telling me it's not working. All right, I'm gonna go. I gotta go get a different mic. Like this headset stuff is not working. All right, so you said it's good now, right? All right. Okay, so everything is pinwheeling. I don't understand why, but okay. Um, as the trial started to go on and move on, I started to get a little skeptical. Um, the old rule is if a verdict comes back quick within the first 4 hours, it's usually a not guilty. But if it stretches further, especially goes into the next day, especially if it is not the next day in the morning, then you might be looking, they might think that there's something that is not adding up to the jury. Now, the first sign of trouble with um, the defense was the jury asking questions. So they came out of their deliberation. Well, they could have got it over with and said not guilty. They could have got it over with and said not guilty. But my point is, there are a lot of things pointing to why Tory was found guilty on all three charges. And I'm going to tell you what they are. Now, I'm going to, again, I don't have a horse in this fight. I don't really listen to Tory's music. I don't really listen to Meg's music. You know me, I'm a man first. I like Meg's love. Of course, Meg's way better to look at. That's for damn sure. But as far as it's not like, oh, Meg is my favorite or like that, Meg's nice to look at. She's got she can rap, but I'm not really into like I haven't bought any of her albums, anything like that. But I always go on the side of me, for me personally, when it comes to women, especially black women. I've been around long enough to know that most of the time that black women say something, they're not taken very seriously. So I'm always going to, this is just me personally. Anybody else can think the way they want to think, they can do it any way they want to do it. I'm going to let you know how I do it. I'm always going to give a black woman the benefit of the doubt first. And then if it turns out that they're lying, then hey, she was lying. I put my trust in it and she was lying. But guess what heaven's going to do? the next time when it happens again, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, the other bitch was lying," so nah. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt again. That's just the way, the respect that and a level that I have for black women. Yes, there are some black women who are scandalous and who are lying, and they use this shit now as a hustle. There are some of them, but for the most part, most of them are telling the truth. Most of them are telling the truth. You may get, you know, every 100 women, every 100 black women that report domestic violence or report some sort of issue, out of every 100 of them, how many of them are lying? What you think? What, 20? Well, that's still 80%. So I'm going to believe them, and then I'm going to believe them and then find out later whether they was telling the truth or not. All right. So when this thing first happened, um, I believed way back then that Tory shot Megan. Just before we even got to a court case, before we even got to anything, Megan was getting ready to blow up. She's got Jay-Z and Beyonce like rooting for her. And before I heard any evidence or anything else, I said to myself, why at this point in her career would she make up a damaging lie like this? This lie would be career threatening before she even gets started. So is Megan Thee Stallion really that dumb that she's going to make up a lie that she's going to eventually know that they're going to find out whether she's lying or not? And I just didn't see her doing that. I just didn't see her doing that. I could not see her, someone who had just really got put on within the last year, really blowing up the last year. I just couldn't see her lying and making this whole thing up. Then once we got past that, and the reason why I'm bringing this because I'm going somewhere with this. Just bear with me. After that, people started saying she didn't really get shot. With Tory's help from his album, the Daystar album, How You Get Shot and There Hit No Bones Attendance. They tried to make it seem as though she was lying. She didn't really get shot. So I remember going through all that stuff, and I remember blatantly saying from the beginning, I believe she got shot. Right? Now, how did we get Tory Lanez being found guilty on all three charges when a lot of people said it was reasonable doubt because, one, there was no DNA on the gun. We're going to answer all these questions that you guys have, basically. There was no DNA on the gun, right? It's the first thing. Second, well, she had gunpowder residue on hers too. Third, Megan lied, right? Megan lied. All right. She wasn't truthful in her testimony. right? We also had him saying Kelsey was lying. Also had people saying Megan lied about Kylie Jenner's house. But the one that mostly people say is she lied from the very beginning. She said she stepped on glass, right? All of these things are very true. All of these things are true. However, the one thing Kylie is on tape, it doesn't make a difference who lies. She still got shot. Right. So, right. I'm going to go over all those things. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to bring this home. I've been bringing it home through the whole entire case. Maybe now people will start listening to me because everything I was saying about the case turned out to be true. And I don't have to be a lawyer to just use common sense. People said, no, Megan kept changing her story. She kept changing her story around the details around her story. But the main reason of why Tory Lanez even got charges brought up against him was because Megan Thee Stallion and the LAPD felt as though he shot her. We're not talking about what she said in the beginning. We already established that. She also said why she said it. Now, we can only ask people for explanations. If you don't believe her explanation, that's one thing. But she explained to everyone why she initially said she stepped in glass. And I personally believe that Megan Thee Stallion was not going to say anything because of her basically saying what she said in that first live. Where I come from, people don't deal with the police. You know, Megan didn't want people to see she dealing with the police and say, "Oh, you're snitching," or "You're this, you're that." So a lot of times people don't deal with the police, or they're scared to tell them. But the main thing that Megan never lied about, once she established that, okay, I can't lie to him, I got shot. She never once wavered from Tory Lanez shot me. At first, she wasn't saying anything. I believe that, they had a little something going on. They had something going on, and she didn't want to implicate him in doing something like that. They had a little connection, what have you. Now, let's go to see, a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are confused, and you can tell that they are like, this is some sort of injustice because here it is after 12 o'clock a.m. and everybody's still online talking about it because they are in shock that they can't believe. They cannot believe that the system ruined another black man. The system once again freed Tory. It's the system's fault. Free Tory. What if it was her heart or head, right? No, I get it. I get it. So here's the thing. Once she said Tory Lanez shot me, there's no way she can back off of that. There's no way she can back off of that. But this trial, to me, was lost on the first day of trial. And do you know what happened on the first day of trial? Sean Holly removed herself from this case. That's what happened day one of the trial. And to me, that's the day Tory lost his case. And I'll explain why about that. Um, Sean Holly had the prosecution on their heels. They also know she's very effective, so they give her a certain amount of respect. She tutored it under Johnny Cochran. If the shoe don't fit, you must. I mean, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. So I thought that she was the perfect person, to have on your team. But for some reason, you know, um, it's game day time and she's nowhere to be found. Next thing we say, she's replaced lawyer with this guy who's an assistant of hers or what have you. All right. Sean Holly, from what they said, wanted to plea out. I don't know whether that's true or not. I got to confirm it. But from what I'm hearing, she wanted Tory to take a plea. Tory heard that and thought that, what type of S are you on? I'm not taking no plea. She tried to let him know, it's not a sure thing. Anything can happen. Regardless of anything can happen, I'm not taking no plea. Elaborate about the text that came right after Megan got shot. Yes, I'll elaborate. I can most definitely elaborate that because that ended up being a big deal. But it actually did end up being a big deal because they didn't even get a chance to speak with the guy. But I'll let you know what that was about. So, first key things, right? If y'all watch me, right? Y'all been listening to me for the many years I've been on. What did I always tell y'all about when it comes to celebrities, right? When it comes to some sort of celebrity case, some sort of celebrity dirt, or what have you, death, I always said the first story, most of the time, is the truth. Right? Now, when this incident happened, before Megan even named Tory, Kelsey was the first person to speak on social media. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on a minute. She was the first person to speak on social media. And what she said was, know why this thing is buffering. So once this whole thing came out about Megan was hurt, right? And people were speculating whether she got shot or not. Kelsey Nicole came out of nowhere, right? Kelsey Nicole came out of nowhere and said, I just want to come on here and clear my name. I did not shoot Megan. I wasn't the one with the gun. Right? This is what Kelsey said on Twitter. So I'm like, wait a minute. People are saying that Kelsey shot Megan. This is the first time hearing of this. So her initial thing was, I didn't shoot Megan. I wasn't the one with the gun. This is before anybody knew any details. Anybody remember that? This was her words. Then she sent the text out and said that at the time we didn't know it. We didn't know it, right? At the time, we didn't know it. Now, remember Kelsey's mom and sister, what they were mad at was basically Megan let Kelsey sit in jail. They were saying, oh, if she's going to take some nigga over you or something like that. They were upset that they said, oh, you don't need friends like that. They were, what we would later find out that they were arguing about was Megan leaving Kelsey in jail. I need somebody to find these tweets for me. Like at one point I had them. Did she say this on Instagram? I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so and the sister or whatever, the mother came out and said, oh, you gotta watch who your friends are and something like that. You know, people are snaking other people for no reason, and you taking some man over you and letting you sit in jail and this, that, and the third. So that's what the mother had said and the sister, right? Then I believe it was either EJ at the time that was with Megan, or maybe it was a DJ. But they came out and they said, Tory Lanez, you're going down. And then that's when I said, whoa, wait a minute, Tory Lanez. She said, Tory Lanez, you're going down. Right? Now, the bodyguard, Justin, at the time, he then comes out. He comes out and he says, as anyone knows, I was not there, because people were starting to blame him. And he said, everyone knows that I was not there last night. I was given a night off, and everybody knows if it was me, you know, none of this would be happening. If I was there, from now on, I'm going to protect her with my life. I'll never let her out of my sight again. Yeah, Juju and B, thank you. So you had Juju defending Megan. You had her security guard defending her. Kelsey's friends are pretty much, Kelsey's mother and sister pretty much like, you better start getting your own bag and get rid of these wicked people. So that was the thing. Very important to hear what Kelsey said. I wasn't the one with the gun. Remember, there was rumors that there was a gun in the car. I wasn't the one with the gun, so I didn't shoot him. Now, as time went on, as we got the witnesses and what have you, I felt as though Tory was just acting a little bit too nonchalant for me. Now, I understand he's got a reputation to protect. It's always going to be some, don't show, what's I going to say? I lost my train of thought that quick. Lost my train of thought. Anyway, I was getting ready to have a very good point, and I freaking forgot it. So as time started getting closer to the trial, I always felt as though Tory was carrying this nonchalant, overconfident, attitude. I understand, he felt as though he didn't do anything wrong. And he was feeling like, there's not going to be enough evidence to convict me, what have you. But then as time started going on and just adjourn, and Sean Holly's adjourning everything, and then he started looking like he had a good case and what have you. And I guess that's why he felt as though early in the game, no, I don't want to take a plea. Right? So he never took a plea. But to answer the question about the text message came from Kelsey to Justin. And it came about allegedly 5 minutes apart. Help. Tory shot Megan. 111. 911. Now the prosecution's answer to that, rebuttal to that, was, how is Kelsey Harris going to be a criminal mastermind, over however many years ago, where she can't even really lie properly on the stand? So they let her know that they think she's lying. So are we to believe that she's a criminal mastermind that masterminded this entire thing 2 minutes after Megan Thee Stallion got shot? That's roughly how long it took. All right. Doesn't make it open and closed case. It wasn't open and closed because now there are certain elements. There are there's 5 different elements to getting a guilty verdict. 5 different elements. The first element is, if it's a weapon involved, do we have the weapon? Yes. The second development is what they call the smoking gun. The smoking gun would be, we seen Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was the shooter. If we don't have a smoking gun, they say, okay, The third thing is DNA evidence. That's going to be third. Inconclusive. Okay, so the DNA evidence is inconclusive. Okay, what's next? Video, surveillance. Do you have any of that? Well, no. I do not. You don't have no video surveillance? No. Okay. So no video surveillance. Do we have a confession from anyone? That's the next step. Okay, if no video surveillance, we need a confession. Nobody's confessing to it. So we got to continue going down the checklist. Is there an eyewitness? Ding, 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 ding. So now we have an eyewitness. And that eyewitness was Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly, remember, Tory Lanez is on trial. I need you to remember that. Tory Lanez is on trial. So when Sean Kelly says, I saw the muzzle flash go off, but I think it was closer to the girl. It seems as though it was closer to the girl. Sorry, I wanted to eat or chip. It seems as though it was closer to the girl. Okay. Well, what about my client? Did you see my client shooting? Yes. And his judge is like, say what? Yes, I saw your client exit the vehicle, waving a certain object, but it's going off. So I'm going to assume that is, a gun. I'm going to assume it's a gun because he's got an object he's waving there, and it's making, I'm seeing muzzle flashes go off and the sound. So you saw my client with a gun? Yes. So guess what? Everyone that says, but Kelsey started shooting first, that don't matter. You want to know why it doesn't matter? Because Kelsey ain't on trial. Tory Lanez was. So even though she was the one that shot it first, he still shot it and he's on trial. So, and judging from the circumference of what they said, oh, she was shooting into the car. No, she wasn't. There was no shell casings found anywhere in the car. And to shoot Megan, she would have been shooting into the car. There was no shell casings found anywhere in the car. There was no busted windows out. There was no bullet holes to the windows. And people say that gives her motive. So what was the motive? That Megan slept with Tory behind Kelsey's back? And people say she slept with Megan's man. Tory Lanez was not Megan's man. Tory Lanez was not Kelsey's man. Tory Lanez was not, and Kelsey were not exclusive. What people don't know and don't realize is behind the scenes taking place is Kelsey had a whole relationship. Kelsey had a whole relationship. So Tory was not her man. Was she smashing him? Yes, she was smashing him, but Tory Lanez was not Kelsey's man. Because if Tory Lanez was her man, why didn't she say anything to him about flirting with Kylie? From judging from any of the manuscript, any of the dialogue, never ever once got the impersonation that Kelsey was jealous of Kylie. Kelsey was there cheering and laughing at Kylie. So if Tory was Kelsey's man, don't you think Kelsey would have said something to him about, hey, stop being so close or whatever? At least I would have thought. Yeah, that's one thing, Emma. The funny thing is, Emma, I'm gonna pin that. The funny thing is, Emma, people want to. Meg said Meg is a bad friend, but she deserves to get shot. Right. I'll agree with that. If we want to agree, everything that Megan is guilty of isn't a crime. That's the whole thing. So people are saying, oh yeah, Meg is this. Oh, she lied on Gayle King. Okay, she lied on Gayle King. It's pretty lame to lie on Gayle King, but guess what? Gayle King ain't no courtroom. So that's not a crime lying on Gayle King. Oh, she said she had glass in her foot. Yeah, she said she had glass in her foot. I wish she didn't say that, but guess what? It's not really a crime. It's not a crime. She slept with her man and she told Kylie Jenner she thought she was lame. Okay. But it's not a crime. See, everything that Megan's guilty of, probably except not mentioning the fight, but Kelsey didn't mention the fight either, but probably not mention the fight. Everything Megan's guilty of is ethical. It's ethical, but it's not a crime. It's not a crime to be a bad friend. Right? So while I agree with you, she can't get in trouble for that. Now, Emma said, Sean Kelly said they were all beating on Meg, the driver, Tory and Kelsey. People forget that bit. And I'm glad you said that because people keeps bringing up to me, what about him saying that the muzzle, you seem to forget that part, that the muzzle was coming from that. He never said that. He never said that. He never said that Kelsey fired the first shot because he said, I didn't see her with a gun. I saw a flash that I perceived. I thought it was fireworks. Thought it was fireworks. And then I saw the little guy with a gun going crazy. So it's a big difference when you listen to the words. It's a big difference from there was a muzzle flash that seems like it went off closer to the girl, but I didn't think she had. I didn't think she had a gun. I thought it was fireworks. Right? But with Tory, he didn't say anything like, "Oh yeah, he turned out," and I didn't think he had a gun. I just thought he had fireworks and this and another. No, what does he say? Pretty much, Meg is a bad friend. But everyone seems to forget that Sean Kelly said he looked out his window and saw two men beating on Megan. And I thought they were going to kill her and throw her in the ditch. So people tend to forget that part of the testimony. You can't do that. You can't pick and choose what parts of the testimony you're going to use. You can't do it. Either you're going to believe Sean Kelly's entire testimony or you're going to say no. Wow. We're going to go over this more in depth. But we have to, we got to have something else to talk about. Got something to talk about. I'm really drained from this case. This is something here. Kelsey says she's upset because Megan didn't clear her name, but Megan very specifically said Tory shot her. Why would she need to come back and say, oh, and also Kelsey did not? That's a very good point. That is a very good point that I've seen. When Kelsey said she was upset that Megan didn't clear her name, I was upset she didn't clear my name, friend. But less than a month after it happened, Megan said, Tory shot me. Tory shot me. That is clearing your name, ma'am. Because she didn't say, oh, and Kelsey too. She did clear your name. She said Tory shot her. Oh, boy. So why would she need to clear it anymore? Especially when she already cleared your name. Crazy situation, but when we come back, I think Kelsey was mad that she didn't clear. When we come back, we're going to get into some other stuff. Kelsey, the one, shot her. Kelsey did not shoot Megan. Kelsey did not shoot Megan. There is absolutely no proof. If she shot Megan, if she had the first shot, she would have had to fire into the car. There was no bullets in the car. There was no fragments in the car. There was no casings in the car. And the only person who is saying that Kelsey shot Megan is Tory Lanez's defense. Because Tory Lanez came out and said Kelsey didn't shoot Megan. That was Tory Lanez said way back in 2020. Kelsey didn't shoot Megan. That didn't happen, he said. And after everything, everyone's going to be feeling silly and owe me an apology. But there's 3 people that say Tory Lanez shot Megan. There's 3 people that say Tory Lanez shot Megan. Megan Thee Stallion. There's 3 people that, well, let's put it this way. There's 3 people that have a gun in Tory Lanez's hands. Megan Thee Stallion, Kelsey in her original interview, and Kelsey with her text messages back in 2020, and Sean Kelly. So that's 3 people who put a gun in Tory Lanez's hands. one person, I'm lying. Say, you're going to be getting up out of here. So only one person said it. I'm lying. Did you not just follow the case? Did Sean Kelly say Tory had a gun in his hands? That's one person, right? Anyway. And that was proven. How was that proven? It was Megan's gun. How was that proven? How was that proven? Didn't he get charged with the gun unregistered? They said it was his gun. You're coming in here with your own scenarios because you're mad that he lost. And this is the reason why all of y'all are sitting here crying now, because you got a bunch of misinformation. Now it was Megan's gun. When was that ever established? When was that ever established? When did they say it was Megan's gun? I didn't even hear Tory's lawyer say that. Okay, you know what? You're about to be misinformed. Merry Christmas, idiot. It was Megan's gun. Oh, they don't need to say it. Of course not, because you're saying it, right? Dumbass. They don't need to say it. Exactly. It was Megan's gun. When was that ever discussed? We don't know whose gun it is, Miss Char, but what was the wording they used? He is they say if the gun is found underneath your seat, if the gun is found underneath your seat, then you are in. I forgot what wording they used, but when they pulled him over, they found the gun underneath the seat he's sitting, and the gun was warm to the touch. So when that happens, the gun is yours. I mean, there wasn't really many male rappers working with Megan anyway. So all of those rappers that were talking about Megan, only the baby worked with her, but the baby never said he didn't want to work with her. All them other people, they didn't work with Megan anyway. The bottom line is you had three different people, and I'll say it again. Kelsey Nicole in the 2020 interview, Kelsey Nicole in the text message, right? Then we got, but how long ago did Future work with Megan? Oh, that one song. I think you would, because why wouldn't they want to work with Megan? It was proven they should all be giving Megan an apology, to be honest. You see, why would they want to work with Megan? But it's not like Megan came out to be a liar. She was obviously telling the truth. Now, they don't want to work with her because they're mad that she outed Tory, which really don't make no sense because they don't work with Tory either. All these people are doing all this talking. Drake don't got no music with Tory. How come Drake ain't did no music with Tory? So most of the people that talk, they don't even do music with her or Tory. Hello? No, my town is still here. So the bottom line is when that attorney started to get too cute, when he started um when he started on Kelsey and started badgering her and opened up the door, use her testimony as evidence, was a big mistake. Big mistake. He should have just been quiet. He should not have cross-examined her. He should have kept quiet. After Kelsey walked in there and said, I plead the fifth, she pretty much handed the case and put it in his hands. And all he had to do was just carry it home, and he dropped it. He dropped it. I mean, you could think that, and like I said, it really depends on what she thinks she's going to do. Now she has her fans. And she actually, to be honest with you, if I'm judging just from the eye test, more people believe Megan now than they did a year and a half ago. Because like a year and a half ago, it was bad. It was like no one was believing her. Now, at least the people that were saying, okay, she didn't get shot. Now they're saying, okay, she got shot, but so I believe that people, that she has more support now than she had about a year and a half ago or about a year ago. And a lot of people owe Megan an apology. Let's just be honest. So it turns out she wasn't lying. According to a court of law, she wasn't lying. According to 12 jurors, Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. Would you tell me, was it me or did that lawyer look drunk? Or did he have enough sleep? He may have just been stressed out. Hold on. Let me find something here. Let me find something. A lot of people right? A lot of people like Armand Wiggins, right? And something like this, for Armand, who was at the courthouse, shout out to Armand Wiggins. Like, we've had our differences, but shout out to him. He did a great job. He was well dressed. He was well spoken. He wasn't playing sides. He was just reporting what was going on. So that I will give him credit for. That's all you really can ask. And that's all I was asking people. When you get out there and you get in these spaces with these white folks, just report what's going on. Don't try to add in your own bias. Don't try to add in what you think. Just give us the report. All right? So I'm trying to find something here. Now we all know after the verdict, we got the theatricals, we got the parents, the father really blaming Rock Nation and blaming Desiree Perez. And according to Armand, he even tried to run up on Desiree Perez. Now, see, Pops, I get it. I get it. You're very upset. You are very close with your son. You're very upset that your son got convicted. But you need to stay up out of people's face. You can't be running up on people that you don't know, sir. Especially no damn Desiree Perez, whose husband is like a former cartel, something like that. Dude, I don't think you should be running up on anybody in that courtroom. Like I said, I understand that you are upset. Um, can she sue now because he was guilty? She absolutely can sue. She absolutely can sue them. She could have sued them before that because they were all lying. They were all making up lies about her, and she said that before. If I was her, I'd absolutely sue. I know I'm not going to beat everybody, but you know what? Just to be a pain in the ass and just to have to make them spend their money going back and forth to court. You make them go to court, that means they got to spend money. These YouTubers, unless you Logan Paul or something like that, they ain't got it like that. So I would sue just to make them have to go. And if I got something, that's even extra. But I would sue just to get their behinds in court and make them spend up all their money. Let me see something here. I know it's going to be all over Instagram. So in case you didn't see Tory's pops cutting up, and I get it, like I said, if it's my kid, I'm probably doing the same thing. But he specifically blamed, of course, he blamed the prosecution at first, but then he specifically pointed out Desiree Lopez, is that her name, Desiree Lopez? Jay-Z, and hell, I even heard his wife blaming Beyonce. Beyonce probably like, what? What I got to do with this? What I got to do with this? You looking on Instagram, I see most people for Tory. This is an injustice. Brittany Taylor, this is Tory's innocent. Tory's not innocent. This is injustice. I stand behind the truth. You stand behind the truth. They just went to court. God has the last say. Okay. And God is saying he was guilty. I'm telling you, man, these people are something else. Let's see. So here we go. What I'm going to do is share the screen so y'all can see this. Let me share the screen. And y'all can listen to Daystar's Pops. He's very upset. He's livid. So let's see what he has to say. This is outside the courthouse. So this is another clip where I mean he is absolutely going off. Um, he's calling out Jay Z. He's calling out. Hold on. He's calling out Jay Z. He's calling out Rock Nation, Desiree Perez. He's blaming everyone except his son. Who said that? Hold on. Here it is. Hold on. First of all, that wife needs to be quiet. I'm sorry. That wife needs to be quiet. Tory ain't even your son. Be quiet. Right. Can y'all hear can y'all hear it? Was y'all able to hear what I was playing? You don't hear the sound? Well, I cut it off. I stopped it. Was you hearing it before? Okay. Let me go back to it. Be quiet, girl. Okay. I'm I'm trying to get mm, I'm trying to get this now all of a sudden I can't find these clips that I want. Okay. So the bottom line is Tory's father, you can find the clips. He's blaming Rock Nation, he's blaming Desiree Perez. And here goes this dude. um, Everything's buffering. I hate that. All right, so anyway, that's pretty much his you could tell you can hear him yelling and blaming Rock Nation. He's screaming on Denny Perez. He's blaming Beyonce. He's blaming Michelle for falling. Blaming Kelly Rowland. He's blaming everybody. Rihanna. You know, he's blaming everybody except his son. You can't be out here accusing people, sir, if without any concrete proof that they did anything. Because what you gonna do, your ass gonna end up in a lawsuit next. I'll sue the whole damn family. I don't give a fuck. That's probably what Jay-Z saying. Yeah, I heard him. Oh, she smuggled drugs. Brother. First of all, that was years ago, and everybody knows who Desiree Perez is. But you gonna end up, old man, they gonna end up saying, we got rid of the son, we gonna get rid of the father. He keep running that trap. I understand you're upset, sir, but your son played a part in this. This is just not something people are making up. People went with that narrative for a long time, and Megan had to deal with the trauma of people saying she's lying, she's making it up. Oh, how you get hit and didn't hit no bones or tendons. Oh, how you get hit in the foot and you twerking 2 weeks later. That's all people were saying. So they were all insinuating she did not get shot. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry for Tory Lanez fans, except for a couple that I know. I'm not going to feel sorry for Tory Lanez fans because y'all let Megan have it these last 2 years. And you put her through a lot of stress. And near one of them are going to come up and say, okay, Megan, I'm sorry. Right? It's just got God's plan. God's plan. And remember, the reason why people was saying that is because they didn't realize, they thought she was talking about bullets. They were bullet fragments. So yeah, she probably can. So if you get shot with bullet fragments, they're looking at pictures on the internet like, oh, look at all these people who got shot. Yeah, but their legs, their ankles and feet was shot with bullets. This was bullet fragments. I think both. No, I do think his father loves him, right? But that money is important too. But anyway, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan, hold your head up. These people, they owe you an apology. They do. And they're probably not going to give it to her either. They're probably not going to give it to her. Well, it did. Well, it definitely ricocheted. It definitely didn't hit her clean. But once again, in court, you know what they said? Basically, it don't matter if you are shooting up in the air, it bounced off of Jesus' forehead, hit Peter in his ass, and ricochet off St. Peter, and then hit Megan in her foot. It don't matter. He shot Megan. It don't matter if it ricocheted off of the sun, then caroomed off the moon, came down, broke into 20 different pieces, and 10 of those pieces went in Megan's foot. It don't matter. He still shot her. That's the way they said. Do I think she's going to get blackballed? I mean, maybe, but blackballed with who? With the men in the industry? Who knows? But that's the reason why I said I think she needs to change what she's doing. I think she only needs to mess with white people. She only needs to do interviews with white publications. Anybody that's doing collaborations with me, I'm doing collaborations with white people only. Rita Ora, Dua Lipa, Olivia Rodrigo, Camila. Where's all the white folks? Taylor Swift. I'm working with Dr. Luke. I'm going to take black people completely out of the equation. Since y'all don't mess with me anyway, and y'all think I was lying, and y'all think when I get my little TV shows or whatever the case may be, I'm catering to white people. Y'all can call me the Lizzo of rap or whatever else you want to call me. Miley Cyrus, you know. Right. Nobody was innocent, but Megan didn't break a law. That's the thing. That's the thing. She was fighting, but Megan didn't shoot anybody. She got shot at. Some people think Kelsey fired the first shot. Then Kelsey was also, according to the eyewitness, jumping Megan with the two other men. So while Megan isn't innocent, the most you can say about Megan is, oh, she got mad at Kylie. Oh, she lied about Tory. Oh, she was drunk. Oh, she lied about getting shot. She was a bad friend. Okay, she was probably all those things. However, all of those things do not constitute you getting shot. And there's no crime being a bad friend. That's all. Girl, stop. You ain't know you ain't got no crush on me. Emma Nolan, you cut it out. Flattery will get you everywhere with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'll definitely mention you. I know you probably don't like white women here, but I have a crush on you for like girl, you need to stop lying. Stop lying, girl. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, trust me. I don't see no color. I don't see no color. The only color I see in women is pink. Woo. I ain't gonna hold you. Only color I see in women is pink, baby. Side eye every woman that is against Megan. Let's see. Emma, are you following me on Instagram? You gotta follow me on Instagram because I be putting all my updates on Instagram. Heaven Hollywood _ Clark. There's only 4 people there, and one of y'all shoot her, right? You know. And then as far as the other thing with the what is it? The DNA. People need to stop saying he had no DNA on the gun. It was inconclusive. That doesn't mean it wasn't there. It was inconclusive. And it wasn't on the magazine. I believe dude dusted off the magazine. He can wipe that off the magazine. His driver, I believe his driver probably wiped it off the magazine. Right? So it is what it is. We're going to come back with a deep dive tomorrow. We'll really get into it. But Tory has his defense lawyer, Mr. I want to be on social media, Mr. I want to make the whole jury laugh. he has him to blame for losing this case, as far as I'm concerned. So, hey, it is what it is. But it's your boy, Evan Hollywood. Thank y'all for joining me. Tomorrow we're going to come back with a whole big old thing. So make sure y'all are here. Love you guys.